10 surprising facts about the San people. Africans are full of diverse people with fascinating culture and traditions. The ancestral laid-down customs are pertinent not to let it go into extinction, be it language, mode of dressing, food intake, rite of passage, etc. Many have loved to journey to some African countries, tribes like Zulu of South Africa, Maasai of East Africa, Bakonga of Central Africa, and other fascinating tribes with their surprising cultures. Our focus is stressed on the San people. The San people of South Africa are hunter-gatherer, a group of small bands, that is up to 30 or above 100. The San people are also referred to as Bushmen. The San people are found in Angola, Botswana, and Namibia. The estimated records of the San people as at 2021 was 50,000. Most of their dwellings were temporary. They camp only for a few weeks and carry out their hunting expedition and gather over an area to 600 sq.km around the camp. Let's dive into the 10 surprising facts about the San people with aesthetic traditions and rich culture. 1. The San language is a unique sound of click. Many dialects are spoken in South Africa for easy identification and who they would or ought to be known for. The San people are found with the characteristics of clicks when pronouncing some words and writing. Some of the writings are represented by the symbols such as or. This language has not been easy to learn because of its complexity, and it has been developed over 1,000 years, which had its way of making each dialect reflecting the cultural practices and traditions of the San people to speak to them. The modern system cannot be a way of deleting the existing language. Rather, they try to teach the young generation how the language is spoken and are guided for the click sound to be there. 2. The San tribe is one of the oldest ethnic groups in Africa. There are many ethnic groups in South Africa, but the San are meant to be the first inhabitants of South Africa. They had virtually lived there for over 20,000 to 30,000 years. It was also said that these people are the descendants of the early Stone Age. They have a unique culture, language, and traditions. Most researchers are still trying to dig deep into their early migration. Few believe that they moved across southern Africa in search of food, viewing a conducive environment to stay. They can be found today in Angola, Botswana, Lesotho, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. 3. The San tribe has a rich artistical tradition. The San people are particularly known for an artistic expression on rock painting, engraving, and beadwork. Every district of South Africa is designed with rock painting or engraving. There was an estimation of 20,000 to 30,000 sites in South Africa with rock art. Culturally, the San artistic work has come to stay as a social belief system, a situation where the young one grew and met them practicing this, and they continue from there. The oldest painting discovered in Namibia and radiocarbon dated to be 27,000 years old. The San people are also known for their beadwork, which are artistically used to create clothing, jewelry, bangles, and other decorative material. 4. The San tribe hunting skill. 1 of the basic occupational work carried out by the San people is hunting. They are well known as an expert and legendary. They have remarkable tracking abilities and brilliant techniques that permit them to follow the trail of animals in different habitations. They are so skillful in tracking a wounded antelope among the herd. This will enable the antelope to be separated and succumb to the reason for the injuries. The best technical method used by the San people to get an animal is the use of bows and arrows with poison tip heads made from insects like beetles or snakes. This poison doesn't have an effect on the meat to get spoiled, but all it takes is that the hunters have to follow the wounded animal, depending on the distance or a long distance, until the animal succumbs to the poison. This skill has made them a huge success in the aspect of hunting. The San women are very good at gathering food items. 5. The San tribe belief system. Every tribe and ethnic group has its own belief. For the San, they have a rich and unique spiritual belief in a powerful god and other lesser gods, spirit of the deceased, and the moon. The Southern San believes in a spiritual being called Kagan, the trickster deity, the deity that has a complex figure and appears in numerous myths. The deity behaves himself sometimes to be fool or wise, true or helpful. In San language, Kagan means mantis, and the meaning is not only limited to this insect because of its numerous displays. There is a possible way of this deity to metamorphose itself to be a snake, change to a vulture, and even live his life as a San, when it is not in animal form. 6. Governance, leadership, and gender role equality for all. The San people govern themselves through group consensus. They do not have a leader or chief as a head of governance. If there is any form of quarrel or dispute, there would be a room for extensive discussion to settle the dispute. In some areas where someone is best known for his skillful hunting prowess, he may likely be made a leader in that specific area of hunting. There is no gender disparity among the San people. That is to say, all roles are not fixed based on gender. Some men forage, while some women hunt as well. 7. Sharing is caring, but this rule doesn't apply to everything. The San people usually hunt together. At the process of hunting, if a family member successfully kills an animal, the meat will be distributed as it deems fit. Meat is shared among the clan. The San women are very good at forage making, likely to some men as well. They are experts in cultivation of crops and forage, which are mainly used for consumption and medication. Some of those forage items are not shared like the way the meat is shared. This vital or interesting forage can only be shared among the immediate family members. 8. San rite of passage and spiritual ceremonies. The eland is a very huge creature that seems so important to the San. There are 4 rituals where this eland plays a major role: the killing of the antelope first by the boys, the girl's first menstruation, marriage, and trance dancing ceremony. One of the things that surprise many who study the San culture is that when a girl is menstruating, she is restricted from moving about. She only stays in her room while the San women dance round her hut and enact eland cow's mating ritual. The men act like the eland bull with horn on their head. The dance symbolizes how to keep the girl beautiful, protect her from hunger and thirst, a peaceful living or coexistence among her people. Marriage here is mostly monogamy. The only way divorce can be allowed is when a newly couple are incapable to produce their offspring quickly. 9. The way the San people dress. The San clothing consists of cloak, popularly known as karos. This cloak is used to carry foods and supplies of firewood. They also make use of short apron, made of animal skin. Most of their clothes is designed in such a way that items can be carried with it. 10. The food intake. The traditional diet eaten by the San people are wild melon, roots, and berries the women gathered. Men use bow and arrow to hunt for wild animals, just the way it was earlier mentioned. The arrows are usually covered with a poison extracted from the insect. The animals killed are part of the sumptuous meal for the San people. Sometimes women chew the back of some specific trees that act as contraceptive to reduce maximum childbearing. San people like eating lizards, scorpions, and snakes when it is necessary. Ostrich shell is used for storing water, buried in a deep forest for figuratively use. In conclusion, the San people in Western Cape and beyond are truly remarkable and full of reputation. They are known for making beads. San rock painting remains famous as one of the oldest art forms. We have more to learn about the surprising facts of the San people and their culture. The mentioned above are the possible ones treated for now. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.